Hello, I am Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also a co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. And hopefully tonight, everything doesn't crash.
Hopefully.
If you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto super easy.
Yep.
We also have some electrolytes that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. So thanks for joining us on our keto journey.
Indeed. All right. Well, let's say hi to everybody. We got
everybody.
Marie here and
Marie.
Jen.
Hi, Jen.
Carrie is here as well. I'm storm chasing gal. I was talking to Carrie also. Jen said I did 2.5 hours on my elliptical.
Heck yes, Jen. You're killing it today.
Donna is here.
Hi,
so is
Donna.
Patricia. And
Patricia.
Meg's Little House in the Country says,
Hi, Meg.
hi, Chris and Miriam. Jen wants to know, did everyone hit the like button? I didn't. What the heck?
We can go on right now and do it.
Let's see.
Turn
Carrie,
up the volume. Turn up the volume.
Let's see. You know what? I might actually have the volume down
Thank you.
just a
Storm
little
chasing
bit.
gal.
Let me change that to 12. 12 decibels of gain. All right, that's a little bit better. All right, Marianne says good evening. Rickwin is here also.
Hi.
Raggedy Ann is catching alive.
Hi,
Woo.
Raggedy Ann.
I can probably bump it up a little bit
Bump
more.
up the volume.
The problem is we were using a different...
Oh, yeah. Everything was squirrely.
Everything
last
was
week.
just messed up.
This is a mess.
Okay, that's a little bit higher. Let's go for 19 decibels. Nope.
Wow, wow, wow.
Going to go to 22.
Wow, wow.
Okay.
That's 20.
And now we are right on the... Oh, nope, that's clipping. That's
Right on the
clipping.
edge of, what's the words?
Of glory.
Of
And
glory.
18. Whoop, that's
Too
1.
far.
That's 18. Okay.
There you go.
We'll go with 18 decibels of gain.
Stop yelling.
All
and
right.
We'll be okay.
Platte River Keto is here. So is Lucy
Hi,
Lou.
Hi, Lucy.
And
Hi,
Missy.
Missy.
Sharon says, my son just bought me a Ninja Creamy.
Yeah.
Can you say amen to that? Amen. I actually
Love that.
I had a Ninja Creamy for breakfast. I had a Ninja Creamy for lunch. And I had a Ninja Creamy for dinner.
So you're telling me that when I go downstairs, there will be enough containers to make another batch?
Actually, probably yes.
Because Haley and I also had Ninja Creamies for lunch.
Okay.
So that's 3, 4, 5.
We might want to buy some more.
5
Because we've been
containers.
using them fairly regularly.
Yeah.
One of our daughters got oral surgery. And Keto Chow turns out to be really good for
She
that.
has to eat soft foods for 2 months.
Yeah.
So she is happy to have Keto Chow. And really, it doesn't have to be that soft. It can be soft enough that you can cut it with a fork. But she's still having a hard time chewing because she has a mouth guard in.
Yeah.
And it's just weird.
She can't
Has to-
smile. She
has
can't
to eat
laugh.
with it. Yeah, it's so sad. She's like, stop making me laugh. It hurts. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Well, Angel's here, so is Barbara. Angel's from Oregon, and Barbara's from Chapel Hill,
Hey,
Pennsylvania.
Angel. Hey, Barbara.
BDX says, your people are fabulous. Just saying. Yes, they are.
Thank you.
Donna said they made a Keto Chow pudding with core and added peppermint essential oil.
Oh, that sounds good.
RL Shiver is here, so is Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
Nancy Turner says, hi, Chris and Mary. Miss you guys.
Oh, hi, Nancy.
Last week was terrible.
Terrible. It really was.
And Angel likes the Bucky shirt. And Yvonne says, perfect
you.
sound now. Howdy's from Texas.
Howdy,
There you
howdy,
go.
howdy. Eat some
Janice
brisket for me.
got Cantaloupe Keto Chow today.
Yes.
So good. Now here's the thing.
Tell us what you think.
It's one of the items for discussion today.
Okay. Did you know that different people have different tastes and like different flavors?
What? It's true. Different people have
Yeah.
different tastes and like different flavors. Some people you tell them, hey, we've got Cantaloupe. I finally got around to watching Neely and Rachel, the live stream that they
from
did.
last week or
She's
whatever.
like, I mean, they got the flavor, but I'm just like, why? It sounded like a fun flavor, a fun spring
it's
flavor.
It's always fun to do something different.
Everybody likes different stuff. And some people, they hear cantaloupe and they're like, why? And other people are like, yes. And other people are like, uh-uh. And you know what?
That's
That's
just fine.
fine.
It's just fun to do something different. So tell us what you think.
Jen
Do you
says I
hate
need to
it?
get a
Do you like
creamy, Ninja Creamy. My ice cream maker takes forever. The nice thing about the Ninja Creamy is it only takes a couple minutes to run. For me, because I run light ice cream, then I flip it around, run it on light ice cream again.
You flip it around?
Yeah, because it never gets straight in. It always like one side is too close and the other side is too far away.
Maybe that's user error. I have never noticed that at all.
I do it every time. Anyway, so I run it on light ice cream, flip it around, run it on light ice cream. If you still have powder at the top at that point, just squish it with a spoon.
I never do. I always do light ice cream,
Yeah.
then respin.
And
I used to put mix-ins in, but now I can't chew anything with my teeth, so I don't.
okay. Anyway, it doesn't take very long, but it's about 8.5 minutes if I have to walk all the way to the other side. But now that we have a creamy in the new office, it takes me far less time.
Well, today at lunch, 3 people wanted to run the creamy on the machine, so one of the gals ran to the other side of the office to run the creamy while the 2 people...
Who was doing it?
Holly, Haley, and me. All ran the creamy today.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
It was funny.
Deb is here, so is Bubble Stuff. Vaughn says, I tried the
Hey.
Cantaloupe as a creamy today. It smelled great from the pack, but the creamy lost the flavor with 2 tablespoons of butter.
That's the thing about the
It's
creamy.
making it cold.
It's because it makes it so cold. So I like it better as a shake. That's my opinion.
Jen's, it's going to be 85 in New York. Patricia says, waiting for Cantaloupe so I can make a creamy. So
Do
excited.
it. Yeah.
Let's see. Exchange student says the aha water. Okay. Bubble Stuff says I'm triggered by chai. Let's see. S. Rob says, Chris Miriam, you recently stated on a live stream that you were going to have lasagna for dinner.
Oh, yes.
I'm curious how I might be able to incorporate that into a keto diet as
Okay.
well.
So we have been doing this same lasagna recipe since
Let's see.
I started, which was what, 2018? 2007? It had been 2000 before 2017. It was a long time ago. It's peace, love, and low carbs, just like the real thing lasagna. We make
Peace, love, low carb lasagna
yes,
is how I
we
find
make it exactly the same way that she says, except I think she says to use sausage?
Didn't she use sausage this last time?
No.
Oh.
I put some sausage in there because I needed a little bit more. We do like a lot at one time.
A lot. But, so it's eggs, cream cheese, other cheese, some seasoning. That's the noodles. You pour it out.
So it's pretty cheesy.
Bake it.
Yeah, it's like a paste, and you put it onto like a parchment sheet, and then you bake it.
But it's not like fathead dough, if you're familiar with fathead dough, where you have to like smash it flat.
Yeah,
this, you don't have to do that.
You just, with a spoon, just kind of roll it out.
It goes down real easy.
It's super fast, and I love it. And we will use that dough, the noodle dough, as pizza crust. So I will make like 4 whole entire cookie sheets of them, do 2 lasagnas, because I cut them in half, and then that makes 1 lasagna, and then cut it in half makes another lasagna, and then I have 2 more for pizza for another day. So while I'm doing it, we just go through a ton of mozzarella cheese, but we don't eat all of it at one time. It's just we have a lot of people, so if we end up doing it, then we make 2. We always make 2 lasagnas, and it's bigger than that recipe. I like quad the recipe.
You can also use that the noodles for pizza crust. Works really good.
It's literally just what I said.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. What I was distracted because so we're looking at this recipe, right? So much stuff. Now, she doesn't go into what normal food blogger stuff. She's just talking about the different ingredients, right?
Yeah.
So Ryan George had if restaurants hired food bloggers.
Oh my gosh.
Which is absolutely hilarious. Because you know what I'm talking about. Food bloggers, they always like, when I was a kid, we enjoyed the flavor of blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm going to drop that into the comments as well.
So you can go away from our channel and go look
You can watch it later. Anyway, Ryan George has some funny stuff.
It is funny.
Okay, Marie says, I
funny.
grew up with my mom eating ripe cantaloupe with vanilla ice cream. So that is what I imagined when I saw the flavor. That's kind of how I envisioned it too. And here's the thing, I don't like cantaloupe. I like that flavor.
I like it.
It was really good. Okay, Meg says I made popsicles with a cantaloupe. My only
Nice.
problem is to get them out of the silicone mold with one hand. I had my surgery yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
My broken wrist has a plate now holding it together. Does
my
that mean
gosh.
you're part cyborg?
That means you're going to go
'Cause
off a metal detector
then you're
every time you go
really
to the airport.
cool. Part
Also, I
cyborg.
hope you heal well.
I hope you heal well also.
We'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers. You can try putting it, like, just filling a bowl of water and then just dipping
dip
your
it in there.
ice cube trays into the water
Yep.
and then getting them a little bit, like, melty on the outside and then maybe try to pull it out.
Yep.
That might help.
Shauna is here. Exposing Darkness is spinning a blueberry creamy now.
Yes!
Wow, wow, wow. Marie says I add extra sweetener when I'm prepping a keto chow for ice cream. It keeps the flavor from disappearing. Tracy Bentley is here.
Hi, Tracy.
Bubble Stuff doesn't everyone make it with sausage? It's better with
Yes.
sausage.
I think I just forgot that it called for
I thought
sausage.
it had sausage in it. It tasted
Well, it
like
did
it
this
did.
time
Oh,
because
okay. You didn't have
I
enough
had
hamburger.
2 pounds of hamburger, and then I had some leftover taco meat, and then I had some smoked sausage. So
Okay.
I just put it all together.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Well, usually I do everything, from just hamburger, because we'll do like a 10-pound thing of hamburger,
Okay.
and I do about 3 pounds for our lasagna because, like I said, we make 2,
Yeah.
and they're big. They're
Now,
not
Two Crazy
little
Ketos
ones.
also has a recipe, and Maria Emmerich has a recipe of
Yes.
making keto lasagna using like lunch meat.
Yes, and we've
A
done
pizza
that
pizza.
multiple times too, and that's good.
We just tend to stick to this one because we just really like
I just
it.
like it.
Let's see. Carrie says I had an idea to make a flatbread that's been going around. It's made with cottage cheese and eggs for
Oh
pasta.
yes,
to make
we haven't
lasagna.
done that yet,
would
but
work really
everybody's
well.
been making it. Steve went and made it the other day. I saw Debbie. I can't remember her last name right this second. Our friend.
Hubs.
His name is Debbie.
Okay.
No, we have a lot of friends named Debbie.
Jen says I made a cottage cheese flatbread and it tasted great, but it didn't agree with me.
Oh
okay.
man.
Let's see. And Exchange Student says I like Maria Emmerich's Alfredo lasagna with deli meat as a noodle. Let's see. Cindy says I really liked the cantaloupe.
Nice.
So,
Thank you for the feedback, Cindy.
well, here's another great question.
Okay.
Is there anyone who can give a review on cantaloupe yet? And last time I counted, there were over 30 reviews of it between YouTube and Instagram.
Wow.
That was
That's a
actually
lot.
on the day
That's
it
a lot.
launched.
How many were for and how many against? Was it 50-50?
No, most of them were like,
I was
I
surprised.
have no idea why they came up with this flavor, but I liked it. Like that was the overwhelming consensus was
What were they
why
thinking?
did you do this?
Sometimes
Weirdos.
you just gotta mix things up. Okay, just mix it up.
That's right. Let's see. Angel Dust wants a honeydew maple.
Yeah.
Sean says I used an app paid called Paprika. You basically put in the web address of the blog into it, and it downloads the recipe and keeps the original link
Nice.
for you. Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Gloria is here.
Gloria.
Welcome. Nancy says, can you share how you make the Keto Chow fluff you make at conferences for the taste test?
Super easy.
So easy.
So easy.
Okay. So we usually do it with a full quart of heavy cream
Because we're crazy.
because we're
like
going to be making a lot of it. So so I'll give you half of the recipe that we make.
Right.
Which would be
2
2 cups of heavy
of
cream, 1 packet of Keto Chow.
Yep. And then you just mix it with a blender.
You attack it with an immersion blender until it turns into fancy cream. Like that's literally it. That's no need to overcomplicate it.
My daughter
and
will
it's
make
more
it
like
when she's bored.
it's fancy whipped cream is what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Bubble Stuff says I get the cottage cheese with chives, pesto, and sun-dried tomatoes.
Yum! That sounds amazing.
Sean says, see, same. I have no idea why cantaloupe. However, I really enjoyed the shake.
Right?
Gloria says, I 100% love the cantaloupe. But again, if you don't like it, and if it's not your jam, that's okay.
Yep.
We can still be friends. Gigi B got first 2
Dun, dun,
ripe
dun.
cherry tomatoes.
Oh wait, how do you say that? That was not the right song. Breaking news. Dun 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 dun. How do you say breaking news sound? I can't make the sound. 2 ripe cherry tomatoes tonight in Jujubee's garden. Good job.
Bubble Stuff says fluff with a malt sounds like this weekend and on top of coffee. Now,
There
one
we
thing to
go.
be aware of when you make that fluff stuff is it's 2 cups
Yeah. So
of
you're
heavy
eating
cream.
2 cups of heavy cream if you eat the whole thing, which you
Yeah, that's-
usually don't.
That's 4 times the amount of heavy cream I typically use when I'm making keto chow. That's a lot. It would be
We like to dip pork rinds in it.
Yes, especially
It's
the
yummy.
chocolate toffee version of that with pork rinds. Okay, so first off, we're going to see if the streaming computer can survive.
Yay! So far, so good.
We actually, on Saturday, we had the lady who literally lives across the street from us, her funeral. I was doing the live stream of it. The computer was crashing, nothing was working. And as they asked everyone to arise and they brought in the casket, it started
It
working.
was a miracle. Seriously.
We had a
I'm
whole
like,
bunch of
Chris,
people
you're gonna
on
need a new
Zoom, and
laptop
I was
after
like,
this.
oh my gosh.
We
Well,
had
I
two
think I just
fails
need
in a
to
row.
wipe it.
I think
Anyway.
you just need a new laptop.
This is a new laptop.
It's not new enough.
Okay, Jake has an amazing question.
An
You ready?
Amazon question.
Oh yeah, I did say that. Amazon, amazing. I meant to say amazing. In the description down below, you'll see Jake has an Amazon question. Okay, I'm using Keto Chow for 2 of my meals and just eating about 8 to 10 ounces of meat and non-starchy vegetables for dinner. Definitely a lot less than what my portions used to be. It's really taking some adjustment, but I'm trying to adapt to this new lifestyle. My question is, with just drinking the 2 shakes and the smaller supper, is that enough nutrients to sustain me?
That's a good question. Okay, Jake with the Amazon amazing question. Depends on how big you are. If you're a big burly guy, you probably need more calories than that. And depending on how small your meat is, 8 to 10 ounces probably is enough. But if you're 6'4", maybe not.
Only she's 5'3".
Well, I don't know that.
Well, because each Keto Chow is going to give you 33% of all your nutrition.
But it's only 26 grams of protein, which is good.
In each one.
But you need to have
Yeah.
more than that.
My guess is for a dude, or for a lady for that matter, you're probably going to need 100 grams of protein a day. And I don't
least
know that
100
you would
grams
be
of
getting
protein.
that with that amount of meat. So
But if
it
you
kinda
have a little
depends.
bit more meat, then you'd probably be good.
Yeah.
Unless
So-
he was like cutting. Is he doing a cut first and then
Yeah, I don't
going
know.
back up? Like,
GGB says, nerd, nerd, nerd would have been appropriate, right?
yeah.
Image girl, I'm a girl, says,
Yes.
regarding daily mineral
There's a
capsules.
glare right there on the.
I noticed the minerals shrink within the capsules if I take it out of the bottle and put it in my pill box. Are they still good?
That's funny.
I've never seen them do that, but
Yeah, we haven't.
the minerals are minerals.
Yep.
The only way you could do anything to them to make them not effective would be to heat them up to several thousand degrees
Or throw them in the garbage.
or somehow contaminate them. But they're going to be just fine.
Yeah, you should be good. But if you want to take a picture and send it our way, that'd be cool. So we can
Yeah,
see.
it'd be interesting to see what that is. It might be that's just picking up humidity.
Yeah, which would mean they wouldn't shrink; they would grow, right?
Well, so the magnesium capsules, we noticed this personally, that I accidentally left them in a not sealed container for like 3 months, and the humidity in the air made them turn clear.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like they were absorbing water from the air, and it looked like it filled up with water.
Yeah.
Didn't, well, I guess it did. And they were really gummy. And I ended up throwing those ones away because they were like breaking apart.
in this air.
I'm thirsty. So, yeah, I think those are probably fine, though. I see no reason why there would be a problem with them. Marie says, we've always had a melon bowl at July 4th, watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, and I think grape and strawberries. And we would pour half and half in our bowls with it.
Oh, wow. That's fun.
Janice says, my cherry tomato plants are 5 feet tall and loaded with green tomatoes.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. That's crazy.
Okay, John says, speaking of new laptops, today Qualcomm launched their new Snapdragon X Elite processors for Windows and Linux. What are your thoughts on these new processors? Okay.
I'm just going to fall asleep right
It's
now.
time now for computer talk.
Now, I'm not going to go into my thoughts about the proposed ban on DJI products, which is really sad
What?
because we are literally using
Are you
DJI
serious?
microphones right now that would not be able to be sold after that ban.
You just said you weren't going to talk about that.
I'm not.
But now
Instead, I'm
mad.
going to talk about the new chips. So Apple launched their M1 Max.
Okay.
And it's an ARM architecture. It's the same thing that phones are using. It's a very reduced instruction set. They're very efficient, but it uses different programming language and everything else. And so you have to make, the programs have to be recompiled, but whatever. You have to update all the programs.
Okay.
Unless you're using a translation software. They were really fast, the M1 Max. Then they came out with the M2, the M3, and now you're going to have the M4. And Qualcomm, that makes the fancy processors that you see in all of the Android devices, along with Samsung, were like, hey, we can totally make a laptop chip too. And so they did, and it's finally coming out. And a lot of the early benchmarks, very preliminary benchmarks, show that they're as fast or faster than the Max with the M1 chips.
Okay.
And they have as good or better battery life.
That's
And
cool.
very interesting stuff. You're going from like 4 to 6 hours of battery life with a laptop to like 35. Wow. And it is more faster.
Let me do have to bring around your huge tank of cord with you everywhere you go.
Huge tank and cord. Yeah.
Huge tank of
So
cord.
I'm very interested to see how they're going to turn out.
Also, still sounds very boring.
I would not pay the early adopter tax, which is buying stuff when it's brand new.
Some people do
But
that.
I'm interested to
We
see how
did
it
that
turns
with
out.
these phones.
Yes. Well, no, we started with the version 4. We didn't get the 1, 2, or 3.
That's because we didn't know about it.
Oh, I knew about them.
I didn't know about it.
All right, so Fast Shifters, has anyone tried mixing protein powder flavored or unflavored with Keto Chow and adding more
Yes.
water? You can absolutely do that.
We've done that before.
Or people will drink a protein shake apart from Keto Chow if they don't want to mess around with the flavor.
Yeah. We've added like Equip, and I often add, like right now I'm adding collagen and gelatin to every shake I make.
Bubble Stuff says, if I leave my salty packet open, sometimes the bottom of the pack gets packed looking like not a powder.
Oh,
We've
no.
noticed that too. That's actually one of the reasons why currently we're not going to make a tub with a scoop,
Right.
because it tends to do that if you live in areas that have higher humidity.
Yeah, so if you live in Arizona, Las Vegas, Utah, you're fine.
This is
Everywhere else, nah.
this is a common discussion that Miriam and I have about when we're looking at RV stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you know, campers, trailers, stuff like that. Where we're from,
We just are so clueless
dry.
as to where everywhere
everything
else
is dry. It's you leave stuff out and it dries out. And having mold, like there has to be an active source of water
Yeah, constant.
for there to be mold. I mean, people get it around here, but
Yeah.
usually there's an active source of water.
Yeah.
And so it's so funny when we're running into issue, or when we're hearing about people with all these problems with water issues.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, with salty, I noticed when we went on our scuba diving trip here in Utah, I can just rip off the little teeny top. When we were
And
in,
it just flows out.
yeah, it just flows out, no
Yeah.
problem. I noticed when we were in on our scuba diving trip, I had to rip off the entire, basically rip the entire packet,
Yeah.
like the top third off, and then it comes out
But
just
the
fine.
thing is, it's still mixed really well. So you kind of expect, since it's clumped, that it wouldn't mix well, but it mixed just the same as it did when it wasn't clumped. So it was fine. And we lived on salty on that trip, and it was so
Yes.
moist and so hot and so tiring, but it was so much fun. I'm ready to go back.
Shauna says, would the magnesium caps work for cell phone and water issue like rice? That actually doesn't work. Rice with cell phones is not a good way to absorb humidity. You're better, because the rice is going to have the humidity from the air anyway. you're better off with desiccant gel, the little things, the tear open. And anyway, it has to come from a sealed container in order for it to properly work. In case you want.
In case anyone has desiccant packets.
B-Dog says I had
just hanging
Terry
out.
Black's brisket at HY Hack Your Health. Love seeing the Keto Chow booth.
Oh, we miss you.
Patsy's here from Blackfoot, Idaho.
Hey, Patsy.
Michelle says, a friend sold me her Ninja Creamy today. 2 containers in the freezer, orange cream, and chocolate.
I love that.
Order is coming later this week. Different flavors for me are in the box. So I'm excited. Nice. And Gail says, good evening. I picked up my salty from my cousins today. They're definitely going to be needing this week. Record-breaking temps here with highs in 90s with a humidity index of over 100. Carrie says, I want the laptop that has that long of battery life.
Yeah,
and again,
me
because
too.
it's the first generation, they look super capable and really awesome, but we're
But
talking
they may have bugs, right?
like the low-end
I have one.
ones are like $3,000.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yes, it is.
Guys, we're sending 4 kids to college soon. One's already been at college, but she's still there.
About a week ago, we had a realization that had us laughing longer and harder than we rightfully should have. So for those of you who don't know, we have 2 sets of twins. We had a set of twins.
I
they're
had this
identical.
realization like 2 months ago, by the way.
Well, whatever.
Right. You were just late.
Then
to
we
the
had a
party.
singleton. Then we had another set of twins, and then we have a singleton.
Right.
The 2 sets of twins are splitting up and going to the same colleges as not their twins.
Right. So they're twin swapping.
They're twin swapping.
So these 2 and these 2 are.
And here's the funny thing. So one of the twins can say, hi, I'm Max, and this is my twin sister, Haley.
Because it's true.
Because she's a twin, and she is his sister.
Yeah.
And she can say, this is Max, my twin brother, Max. Except
They're not actually twins.
they're like 4 years apart.
Yeah. But the thing is, they look like they could be twins.
So, anyway, we were joking around about that. And I thought it was pretty funny. Angel Dust wants to know, can you mix colostrum in the Keto Chow?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely you can. And Denise just had a cup of Coco Loco.
Yum. Oh, I need Coco Loco. Every day I think
I have
I'm
caramel
gonna have
vibes in the
Do you?
closet. Yeah, I have a big bag of it.
Do you have any Coco Loco?
Maybe.
I want to have one before bed. And I keep thinking, oh, I know I'll have Coco Loco. And then I'm like, I'm out. And then I go to work and I don't think to grab any. So I'm like, dang it.
Phyllis says, good evening.
Hi, Phyllis.
Jen is saying hi to Cindy. Nice.
Oh, sorry.
Bum, bum, bum. Sean says, I love the great mixing, how well it mixes
Yes,
of salt.
it does. It mixes really good.
Denise says, when I lived in Fort Irwin in California, it was so hot my windshield wipers dry rotted before we got rain. Yeah, our windshield wipers do that too.
Oh, yeah.
Old Stuff says the cell phone thing with the rice won't work if the water damage indicator is triggered.
Okay, there you
And
go.
Sean has never actually done the rice. Okay. Lynette is here.
Lynette.
Meg says I add unflavored collagen peptides to bump up the protein.
Yep, that's what I do.
Miriam, what did you do this week?
I did that. I made creamies. Is this what you're asking me?
Yes, it is.
I made Ninja creamies and I'm putting in
Gelatin
collagen and gelatin.
How much of each?
I'm making 4 creamies at once
Okay.
in the Ninja creamy
In the blender.
And then I'm doing 4 scoops of Keto Chow, 4 scoops of collagen, and the collagen I use is what's it called?
No. Is it Further Foods?
Probably.
Okay.
Further Foods? Yes,
Sounds right.
collagen that's unflavored.
Okay.
And then the gelatin is just like a pork gelatin, I think, that we got on Amazon.
That is
Z or whatever.
beef. That's beef.
Oh, I thought it was
Gelatin.
pork.
Nope.
It's fine. It's good. I like
It
it.
was the cheapest one I could find.
And
Unflavored beef
it works
protein.
great. And
Yeah.
then I just do 4 teaspoons of that. And you know what we noticed after mixing up the creamies? It doesn't stick to the sides.
Yeah, it's kind of, it changes the consistency.
Yeah, just a little.
But it's amping up the protein.
Yeah. So it's good.
Sean says, do you make Coco Loco and or caramel vibes cold?
Yes.
You can?
I do it cold or hot. And I like to put them together and put it in my giant Stanley. And then I'm happy.
And guess who discovered a missing Stanley she didn't know that she had?
Oh my gosh.
So many Stanleys, she forgot about one. And it's pink.
I'm so happy.
Are you going to engrave it?
No. Do
Why
I have
not?
to? I mean, I guess I could.
You should.
I'm so happy though.
Okay.
Because I bought the iced one, the little flip top one that's 30 ounces. I bought an orange one. And then I took it on our long trek camp out.
And then the kid,
And
Sam stole it.
And then I gave it to Sam. And then I got a green one. And
That
then
Haley stole.
Haley got home. And then I gave it to her. So then I was like, well, I guess I'll just use this knockoff one that's fine. And that's what I've been using.
It's fine. It's fine.
But I was really happy that I found myself a hot pink one that I bought that I forgot about. I just saw it today, and I'm like, it's the best thing ever.
It's like when you find that $20 bill in your pocket that you forgot about.
Do you guys want to see it? I know you do.
B-Dog says, Twin Live, and Jen just got 2 emails, one from Keto Chow and one from Salty.
See, it's just a regular old, and it even has the package on.
It even still
I
has
kind
the
of thought
thing.
maybe I bought it for someone, but obviously they didn't
Apparently
get
not.
it. So I must have bought it for me.
Cynthia wants to know, does
Thank
the
you,
caramel
me.
vibes have chocolate, like cocoa powder in it, or just the caramel? Yes.
Yes.
So the
It's
caramel
just the
vibes
tiniest
has
bit, but yeah, it does.
cocoa powder and caramel flavoring as well. So it actually has chocolate flavoring to bump up the chocolate a little bit as well. Exchange student wants to know, what's the best-selling salty flavor?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't done the research
My
on
recollection is orange and the berry are the best-selling ones.
that. Berry Blast? No. It's not Berry Blast.
Peggy says, I just ate vanilla Keto Chow
can't
creamy with
remember the
keto
name of it.
candied pecans. I used Terra gum this time. It was amazing.
You did? Oh, I'm so happy.
And John says, what program settings do you use on your vibration plate? How long? And
Oh,
how many times a day?
okay. So, and John, you got one for your wife? Is that what you're talking
Miriam
about?
is using a Rumblix 4D.
Yeah, but I think that he bought the same one, right? So it took me a minute to get used to like just standing on it, so I didn't feel like I was gonna fall over. But I do the program number 2, and I just do it for 10 minutes. I usually do it once a day. I've done it a couple times a day if I'm in like a lot of pain.
Okay.
But typically I've been able to manage like the pain by movement, my workout, and then the water. The water is by far the best and easiest way to maintain the pain. Is if I just do any kind of water, aerobics,
Waterboarding?
swim, jump in a hot tub, whatever I need to do.
Not waterboarding.
No,
Okay.
not that. So, but I like the program too. It's probably the roughest one, but I like it because I found that this movement helps the most. It's the roughest, but it works the best, at least for me. So, and I may be weird.
Cindy says, I always have a scoop of collagen to my keto, always add a scoop to my collagen to my Keto Chow.
Yes.
And GGB says, if I have chocolate Keto Chow, how much PB Fit would you add? So PB Fit,
Fit's a little different.
I'd be cautious of, unless you can get the one that's just powdered
they
peanut
have
butter.
some PB Fit that's better, that has less sugar than it used to.
But the original PB Fit had sugar added to it.
So
The difference between chocolate and chocolate peanut butter Keto Chow is 10 grams of 28% fat powdered peanut butter or peanut flour, which most peanut flour is 14% fat. We actually found one that was a higher fat, so which gives it a bit more peanut flavor. My nose is so itchy.
Oh, sorry.
Living for Life says, I live on Coco Loco. Tastes like the Yahoo. Caramel Vibes is my second favorite. I already shipped today.
I love it so much.
Scott G says, thanks for the chow. Love all of it. Nice.
Woo!
Fast Shifter says, I've lost 22 pounds, 4 weeks keto. Been with Keto Chow 2.5 weeks.
Nice.
Now, since I started keto chowing, my appetite and flavor drink craving has left me.
That's so
Yes,
awesome.
I had to fight it for a bit.
I feel that though. You have to kind of go through those withdrawals because you have those cravings for things. I think what I like to do is I just try to keep my treat, like my treat, even though it's a meal, my treat is Keto Chow, and then I don't
Okay.
feel like I have to go get more treats. And then I have the sweet thing be Keto Chow, and everything else is not as sweet, and I feel like that's healthy for me, but everybody's different, so.
Michelle wants to know, does the gelatin make it thicker or pudding-like? I don't know how much gelatin to add
Yes.
to make pudding for one serving. So 1 teaspoon of gelatin. Now, if we're talking about in the Ninja Creamy, it didn't really change the consistency. But if you're adding 1 teaspoon of gelatin to Keto Chow, it will
make it
thicken it. 2 teaspoons will make it like pudding. 3 teaspoons will make it like Jello.
I keep wiggling, sorry.
Everyone says it's nice you had such a good taste that your kids want your stuff. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's good.
John says, we're currently out of Caramel Vibes and Coco Loco. My wife is
John,
sad.
I'm with you. I'm really sad. I need to go get some.
Shauna has the off-brand. It works. Patricia says, I use salty when I make bone broth. Does the long brewing affect the electrolytes?
Oh, that's a great question.
It does not affect the electrolytes at all. You have to reach temperatures around nuclear fusion to be able to affect the electrolytes at all.
Juju
Booyah
Bee's got my
bear.
back.
There you
Booyah
go.
bear.
Janice says orange
I
is
don't know
my
why I
favorite.
always say it wrong.
Bubble Stuff says I get the citrus splash and the Coco Loco. The funny thing about citrus splash is
I love it all.
it's actually a stronger citrus flavor than it was supposed to have. So a lot of times we'll tell people, hey, just so you know, it's a strong citrus. They're like, okay. I'm like margarita strong. And they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they try it and they're like, oh yeah, margarita strong.
So guess what I did the other day? I had citrus splash
Okay.
hot.
Ooh.
It was so good.
Okay.
It was like a hot lemonade. I was watching a movie because I wanted Coco Loco and I had none. And I'm like, I already have this hot water. I guess
John
I'll
got
put
the
something in
Rumblix
it.
4D. Nice.
Yes.
Adesh says, I just tried the natural strawberry. It was way sweet. I mean, too sweet. You have suggestions of what Keto Chow I can mix it with for the best flavor. Mix it with chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate strawberry.
Yep. Visual Keto says, I like the naked peanut butter
Oh, yeah.
on Amazon. It's just peanuts, nothing else.
Perfect. That totally works.
Yep. GGB says, talk to me like I'm 5. Jen says, I made a Keto Chow chocolate peanut butter cheesecake. It was fabulous. And Crystal can't wait to try Cantaloupe.
Yay.
Cantaloupe. Jen says, I brought it to church for coffee hour. There you go.
Aw, how fun.
Then he says, I bet it would be good to add gelatin to salty to make a refreshing Jello.
Yes, it would.
Yes, it would.
Why have we not done that yet?
What's her name? One of our creators, when we first launched Salty, did a gummy recipe. Well, I think Joe and Rachel did one as well.
Yes. We haven't cooked in a long time.
Sean says, I'm enjoying the clean slate
on
Salty with
video.
various Mio flavors. There you go. Cindy says, I've been adding citrus splash to my tuna salad.
How fun is that?
What would it taste like if it was on salmon?
I don't know.
That sounds kind of good. Because you want the salt. And you want the lemon flavor on salmon too.
Yeah.
They're really good. Okay. No more Amazon question, but okay. There's another great
I got you. Another great question. Quote, I just got my first kit. Can I just use almond milk only? Question mark? You bet you can. The reason why we recommend that you put fat in is because in Keto Chow there are fat-soluble vitamins. And so if you have some fat with it, then it'll help you absorb those vitamins.
Yep.
So if you do it without, then you might not have as many benefits.
And to be clear, almond milk is not a source of fat.
It's a source of almonds.
It's white-colored flavored water.
Yep.
And a lot of the regular almond milk is sweetened with sugar, but
Yep,
you
so
want
you have to get the
unsweetened
unsweetened.
milk. Yeah. So a lot of people do use unsweetened almond milk in place of the water
Yep.
component when you're mixing up
And
Keto
really,
Chow.
like, of course, you could just do it however you want. But
Yeah.
this is our recommendation. So you can take
Yeah.
it or leave it, right?
Yep. So you can, but we don't generally recommend it because we want you to be successful. And if you are not using fat with it, there needs to be a really good reason for that. So if you have any questions like that, talk to our customer service people and they can walk you through that.
Yeah.
Mike is here.
Hi, Mike.
Sean says, poor Chris. Words are hard sometimes.
They are.
Right? Fast Shifter says, my favorite so far is a banana because it's thick.
Ah.
Well, they should.
They should be the same
Should
consistency.
all be the same consistency. Now, we switch from version, there are version numbers on Keto Chow packets in case you didn't know. And so we can keep track of which recipe is in which packet. Version 2.8 and 3, which is the new fancy packaging, that has less acacia gum than version 2.7 and below.
Yeah.
And depending on how you mix it, the earlier versions, because of the additional acacia gum, will sometimes mix up thicker. Also, if you use heavy cream, it will mix up thicker. Whereas if you use melted butter and warm water, then it tends to be a lot thinner. So, but the difference between, say, the banana and the strawberry is a little tiny bit of flavor. They should mix up exactly the same. Why is my nose so itchy? Oh my gosh. Jen says 8 ounces of cream cheese, half cup of heavy whipping cream, and 1 packet of Keto Chow chocolate peanut butter mixed together and poured to a pie pan. Refrigerate.
That
there you
sounds
go.
amazing. It's Chris's birthday soon. We should make yourself a cake.
Okay.
Do you want that cake? That'd be a good cake.
It probably would be. Mike says, is Cantaloupe going to sell out soon? I'm hoping to order some more.
Probably not.
Let's
I think
see.
we'll probably be okay.
Do-do-do.
Oh, that's so cute.
Shop
Look at the
now.
cute picture. Yeah, we have some.
There's a lot. There looks like 4/5 remaining.
That's a weird fraction.
Well, 20% is a fifth. So it looks like it's down about 20%. It's maybe, actually, it's closer to, you know what, I can check this out. Inspect.
Stop.
Let's find out for sure.
Stop doing that.
Let's find out for reals. We're doing it live. 70, what does that say, 70?
I'm not telling you. Yes, it says 70.
Okay, so we have 70% left.
There you go. 4/5.
No, that's more like
3/4.
3/4.
Oh, I said that.
You did say that. Good job. It just reminds me of, there was this, I think it was actually a Dilbert
Can't
cartoon.
see that with your glasses. Aren't your glasses supposed to help you see?
These ones aren't as good as some of my other ones.
You know, you can get rid of
These
the
are my
old ones.
reject ones that have, I think these are the transitions.
You could just take them in and get new
I know.
prescription.
I'm planning on doing that. The ones that I use for meetings at work are transitions, and they're not my best glasses. But Anyway, what was I getting at?
I don't know.
There was a Dilbert cartoon
Okay.
where someone was talking to the boss, and they said, did you know that 40% of all vacation and days are taken on Friday or Monday? And the boss is like, what? That's almost half. And then another guy was like, are we going to tell him that
There's only
that-
3 more days.
those 2 days represent 40% of the work week?
Yeah.
He's like, nah, we're just letting him stew. Anyway, so yeah, it's probably not going to sell out soon. Let's see. Wendy says, what is Coco Loco?
Oh, thank you for asking.
So,
We have, it is a flavor of our Electrolytes.
Coco Loco. Change the flavor.
I don't know. You can't.
There we go. Coco Loco. It's a chocolate flavored.
Okay. There we go. Nope, that's not it.
Go back. Back. It's around here somewhere.
That's the back of it.
That's the back of it. I'm not. The website thing is having some problems.
And it's having a moment.
Here, it's down right there.
That's what
They
it
got
looks
out of
like, except there it goes.
Coco Loco. So it's our electrolyte drink. If you're familiar with Element tea, it's very
Which
similar.
we love, by the way.
It just has twice the potassium, 3 times the magnesium, and is 25% less expensive, and does not have maltodextrin in it. We're not hiding that in the flavoring. Let's see. Lori says I'm late. I forgot to remind you to talk about the
hey.
Cantaloupe giveaway. Actually, we were going to talk about the Cantaloupe
It's
giveaway.
right here on the list.
So, she posted the link, and it's on Instagram, and it is on
Yes.
Facebook. Here's the thing, and this is one thing I wanted to talk about.
Yes. There's always going to be scammers trying to tell you that you won
Okay.
because you entered a giveaway.
Specifically on the Facebook page, while we were enjoying our weekend, and the giveaway is up on the Keto Chow Facebook page. This is very common nowadays.
Yeah, it's new.
Anytime anybody posts and uses the term giveaway, they're searching for that term, and then they will use the image, the avatar, the logo of the person's account who created the giveaway, and they will use a hacked Facebook account
Yep.
that looks like Keto Chow, and they will reply to people saying, hey, so-and-so, you have won. You need to go to this page, and you need to enter in your information, and we will send you your stuff. Okay? YouTube doesn't care. Facebook doesn't care. Serious Keto
Doesn't care. Oh,
he has run into
cares.
this because he does a fairly
cares.
large number of giveaways on his channel. Every single time he posts a giveaway, some scammer comes in and tells people, hey, you won, contact me on Telegram or
Right.
WhatsApp or...
Whatever.
So, you need to be aware of this because, again, Facebook and YouTube are not going to fix it. They just don't care. And this is the first time this happened to us years ago.
Yeah,
we were freaking out.
We were really upset.
Now, back then,
And it is still upsetting.
yeah, it is still upsetting. But they had like cloned our account and were doing all this stuff. And we contact Facebook and they're like, whatever. Like us and multiple people were reporting
Yeah.
these as a fake scam account. And people were paying them money or signing up for services that they didn't need or clicking on banners or all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And Facebook just came back with, no, we reviewed your request, your thing saying that this is a fake account, and we found that it does not violate our community guidelines. Have a nice day.
Very nice.
So,
But they're big and they have to do a lot of stuff, so I'm sure they get it all the time.
now we've gone through the Facebook giveaway and deleted all of the bad ones.
Yeah,
And
so
anybody
just-
who replied to it, I said that was a scam. But for you people watching at home, you need to learn to recognize scam accounts.
Yeah, it's just hard because once you figure out one scam, there's another scam
Yep.
that comes up. Right now, we just got our youngest a phone, and he's been getting a lot of text scam
Yep. They're like,
things.
hey, Joanne, how's it going? And what they're looking for you to do is to reply, this isn't Joanne. And then they strike up a conversation. Then they send you a pretty picture of
Yeah.
that they're an Asian girl who's 20 or something like that. And it's called pig butchering. It's not a very flattering term, but that's what it is. So unfortunately,
Well, there's even more. There's a lot of them. And
Yeah.
he hasn't got that like specific one because we talked to him about it.
Yep.
But the problem is you have to learn about it, and then there's a new one, and there's always a new one. So you want to be trusting and stuff, and it's just hard.
so we do have
Watch out for
a
spam.
giveaway going on.
Legit from us.
On the Facebook page and on our Instagram page. You just need to go on there, follow the rules, and we will be contacting the winner, and it won't be with that scammy thing, and you won't have to pay any money.
Yep.
Okay? And if you ever get a text message and it's a wrong number, just ignore it.
Block.
That's what we've gotten to these days. Anyway,
Yeah, it's so sad.
the more you know, public service announcements.
Yeah.
I don't have a, I mean, that almost falls under
time now for
computer
computer
talk.
Kind of does. There's
Cindy
a
says
fire.
Brian would love cheesecake with most any, especially raspberry cheesecake, one of his favorites.
Nice.
Dennis says, I'm ready to call it a day. Yeah. And apparently Dennis dropped by the Draper storefront and was introduced to Haley.
Yay!
Denise says, someone's talking about you, Chris. So
Yeah, his
probably.
nose is itchy.
That's probably what it is. Actually, it's
Sorry.
my little, my mustache hairs are
Poking you in the nose.
up into my nose.
Weird. Weird.
Visual Keto just made 3 cantaloupe shakes in the blender.
Yeah.
Smell is heavenly. And there's the Facebook link.
And that's the real one.
Yep. Mike says, I only just learned there's a U and Cantaloupe.
Hey, we learned how to spell lots of things.
Uh-huh. Shauna says, Mike, the same. I never knew how to spell it till now. Yeah, 7/10. There you go, Evelyn.
There we go.
Specificity, my
She's
friends.
got our back.
Ellen says, are you doing math right? Let's see. Mike does math for a living. A fast shifter says, I have to go, but I'll leave with my dirty little secret. I Keto Chow 3 times a day, 2 weeks, just started walking daily for 3 days now.
Woo!
It's amazing.
Good job. You might want to add some more protein, by the way, if you at the end of the day or whatever, whenever part of the day, probably in the morning. Have yourself a can of tuna or something.
So Donna wants to know what's the difference between salty and Relight.
There's not that big of a difference.
Well, it's the same twice the... Actually, Relight has almost the same amount of potassium
Yes.
as salty, but salty has 3 times the magnesium.
Yes. So it's higher magnesium.
And the flavor is a lot milder with salty. So with
Yes.
Relight, you may find that if you put it into like a 16-ounce water bottle, way too strong.
Too strong, yeah.
Salty was designed to be
Less strong.
less strong. So you need less water to make it palatable.
Yep. And we made it that way on purpose.
Yep. Lori says, so sad. There are so many ways to get
I
scammed
know,
nowadays.
it's
Yeah.
sad.
Jen says, is a salty giveaway on RV Unplugged for real? Yes, absolutely
yes.
it is.
Yes, there
And
is
for those
a
of you
salty
who
giveaway on RV
Don't
Unplugged.
know. So RV Unplugged. It moved.
I believe
Go.
in you.
Go.
Wow, that's a
You're under watch and win.
oh cool.
So you've got all the different things, and there's a year's supply of salty. We said year's supply. It's 12 30-count bags.
Because then you can have one every day
Uh-huh.
for a year. It's totally
You could.
perfect.
And it is a legitimate giveaway. There are
Yep.
other giveaways that are going on with RV Unplugged.
Why are we not entering those?
I entered all of these.
I want to enter them too.
I haven't entered the More Ride Challenge, and I look for the secret code every episode. Now, for those of you who don't know, with RV Unplugged, we are a sponsor of the show. Joe and
Salty
Rachel
is.
were using Salty on the
Because
the
they're
set,
awesome.
and they're like, "You guys should really sponsor this." And we're like, "Okay." We had an ad on the first episode. There actually was supposed to be an ad on the third episode, but
Oh.
it got put on the fourth episode as instead.
Was that on purpose?
Yes.
Okay.
Something that is relevant to electrolytes happens on the fourth episode.
Great. Well, that's tomorrow, right?
It is tomorrow.
Wahahaha.
Evelyn says, I got a reply from Steak and Butter Gal's post that said it was her and that I won something. It was a scam.
Oh.
So glad I read it to my husband and didn't click on it. Yeah.
Dang it.
Sean says, I hate scamming McScammersons.
I know.
And Mike says, I sometimes report the same scammer multiple times. Now, if it's on
Yeah.
a creator's post, like on the Keto Chow post,
Yeah.
we can go in and delete them. The problem was it happened on like Friday night and we were camping.
And we weren't even.
And
paying
our
attention.
social media team was not
We're
paying
also
attention to it
out of
either.
office.
They were also
Yeah.
out of office.
Yeah.
So
Oh, well.
Bubble Stuff says, isn't there a way people can go to your website to do a giveaway? On that, in this particular case, no. It's just on social media.
Yep.
It's on Facebook or on Instagram. Crystal says, I'm making lemon meringue keto chow for tomorrow.
Ooh, that sounds good. You know what I had today? Gingerbread. I keep eating winter flavors in the summer and summer flavors in the winter.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
backwards.
and here's the thing. Lori says, maybe we need a safe word. There's actually an easier way to do it. So if you, let's see, this is the Facebook
Actual post. Yeah.
Yeah. If I here go to all comments.
Okay.
Do you notice this blue check mark and the little author thing right there?
That means it's us.
That means it's legitimate. That means that it was actually posted by us. Whereas the fake ones, it had a weird name that didn't say Keto Chow. It was like some weird...
It said Keto Chow and then had 2 like colons or something.
Well, it had the logo, but it was using some foreign characters. It was some Unicode script.
Yeah.
Anyway.
For the name.
So look for that blue check mark and look for the thing that says author, and they can't fake those.
Yeah.
Like anybody can change their name to whatever they want, but they can't fake those.
And I think that's why it's a problem, because they probably weren't, other than the fact that they were scamming people, they weren't doing anything against the thing, because you can just make an account and name it anything you want.
Yeah.
So that account wouldn't be breaking the rules because they just have a name. That's it.
Well, it's impersonating someone else, which is part of the breaking the rules.
Whatever.
Mix says, I have to cover my garden tonight. Freeze warnings are out. Last
Oh,
frost of the year.
man.
Crystal says, I'm catching up from the beginning. I was talking about
Crystal.
making lasagna. I found out the best recipes for making
Yes.
noodles. Just make an omelet and slice the omelet. Best noodles, even in
Heck
soup.
yes. That sounds
There
amazing.
you go. Mike likes pistachio keto chow ice cream with strawberries on top. Gina is here. I was
Gina.
finishing a project. How you doing this terrific Tuesday? I'm ready for bed.
Good. I know. I am kind of tired too.
Crystal says, can't y'all explain for the millionth time how to make keto chow into pudding? You said it before. I'm sorry.
We're happy to say it again. 2 cups of heavy cream, and then 1 packet of Keto Chow, and then use
Attack
an
it.
immersion blender until it whips up. Because what you're doing essentially is just whipping the cream.
That's one way to make it. Another way to make it is with scrambled eggs. Another way to make it is to use 2 teaspoons of gelatin
And
in
your
the
Keto
blender
Chow
when
you make it.
when it's mixing.
If you want it to be more like Jello, like super thick, use 3 teaspoons of gelatin in your Keto Chow.
Jujubee says, so the ambulance is electrolyte related, not the girl who busted her foot. Interesting. 2 injuries. Jen says, since episode 3 of RB Unplugged, I now refer to Rachel as Lizzie Borden. And Bubble Stuff says,
cute.
Egg Life wraps in grocery stores is lazy girl dinner for
Yeah, if
for
we
noodles.
could ever find them. We go through phases where we find them and then I buy a bunch and then we have them and then I can't find them again.
Lucy Lou says, I love you guys. You're so cute.
Aw, thank you. We love you too.
That's all the stuff that we wanted to talk about tonight.
Okay.
Straight up 1 hour live stream.
Okay, can I sing to you?
Oh, sure. Okay.
Happy birthday to you.
Me.
Happy birthday to you.
Me.
Happy birthday, dear Chris. Happy birthday to you.
Me.
And many more.
And then I hear Rachel. So many more. Okay. Well, happy birthday to me. You all have a fantastic day. Enjoy the summer solstice. And it's all downhill from here.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Bye, everybody.